It was a clear, crisp, and trouble-free start to the morning at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Kids like Ella Sievers and her mother Amy,
just do the up dance, but you don't...
eager for the weekend and the holidays to arrive. Ella's class was preparing to make gingerbread houses.
When you first got there?
When I first got there, it was like a regular day.
But at 9:41 a.m., the children's day and their innocence is shattered.
6-7 Sandy Hook School. Caller's indicating she thinks there's someone shooting in the building.
We heard a loud bang. We thought that something fell. Then we heard another. And then we thought that that was a gunshot.
What do you remember?
We got to school, we did everything we needed to, and then we heard all this racket. Then we heard them say, "Go in your cubbies." We thought we had to go because something bad was happening.
What did the teacher do then?
She read us some books and we talked about things and they played little games in there.
Police quickly converge on the school, secure the perimeter, and start a painstaking search for the shooter.
The police came in. It's like, is he in here? Then he ran out.
That included checking every door, every crack, every crevice, every portion of that school. Our main objective was to evacuate as quickly and efficiently as possible any and all students and faculty in the school.
It takes an agonizing hour before it becomes clear just what's taking place inside the school. Next come ominous signs. Ambulances are called, stretchers set up. By 10:30 a.m., police and teachers escort groups of traumatized students out of the school, kids who give the first indications of the terrible scene inside.
Kids were crying, not really like screaming, but they're all huddling together and they felt so sick. We all put our hands on other people's shoulders and then our teacher held the first person's hand and she let us out.
Did you keep your eyes closed?
Yes.
The whole time?
Mm-hmm.
And when you opened them, where were you?
We were walking down to the fire station.
The children are taken to the fire department where frantic parents swarm, desperate to find out if their kids are safe.
It was terrifying. I'm still terrified. I think I'm still in shock about it all. I still don't know everything that happened. You're rushing over here and you can't get to where you need to go. And
when a son or daughter is found, the relief is immense.
I was so happy. I just hugged.
But too many families aren't as lucky. Minutes drag by, no answers on what's going on inside the school. As news trickles out, the worst becomes obvious. Not all of the reunions between parent and child will be happy ones.
Okay, these units in the school, I got bodies here.
By 11 a.m., police give the first indications that there are multiple fatalities inside. By 11:50 a.m., they announce most of the fatalities are children. It is almost unimaginable. 27 dead, 20 children.
You know, about 9:30, 9:40, we heard noises, and the announcement system was still on, so it didn't go off. So you could hear what sounded like pops, gunshots. Of course, I'm not going to tell that to 5-year-olds, so I said to them, well, we're going over in a safe area, and we're going to, we read a story, and we kept them calm. Did a lockdown drill, closed the doors, locked, covered the windows, and, kept the children with us. I have other adults.
I find that amazing. I find that amazing that fearing that you hear gunshots, you were able to have the composure to sit down and read to your students. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Have to do with 5-year-olds because you can't lose it. So, you just kind of, I've been doing this for a long time. It's my 18th year of teaching, and, my job was to keep them safe. I didn't know. There was no announcement of what was going on. My instinct was it wasn't good. So, we kept them calm. We stayed in the room until there was banging at the door, which were the police and the troopers or whoever was there, and they had us exit the building. And, they told the children to cover their eyes and walk in a line and leave the building, and that's when we went down towards the firehouse.
Amid the anguish and tragedy and agony of the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary, there were also incredible acts of heroism.
I thought we were all going to die.
First grade teacher Caitlin Rowick told Diane Sawyer that she locked her class of 15 in a tiny bathroom.
So I said, no, we just have to be absolutely quiet. And I said, there are bad guys out there now. We need to wait for the good guys.
While down the hall, students in Terry Alves' third grade class first heard the gunshots over the school's intercom.
She locked the door and taped a piece of white tape over the window of the door. And then she told us to go in the corner.
Pregnant and due with the baby any day, Alves tried to keep her class calm.
We kept hearing gun noises and put your hands up, and we just kept hearing that.
What is she saying to you?
She's just saying it's gonna be okay, just be quiet.
What were your friends and classmates doing at this point?
We were in the corner all crouched in, and all the girls were crying, a couple of boys, and the boys were like, they had their eyes wide open watching everything.
Did you hear your principal say anything?
Yeah, she was crying, and I thought she was screaming. That's what we heard over the loudspeaker. We heard kids crying.
We've endured too many of these tragedies in the past few years. And each time I learn the news, I react not as a president, but as anybody else would, as a parent. And that was especially true today. I know there's not a parent in America who doesn't feel the same overwhelming grief that I do. The majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old. They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids of their own. Among the fallen were also teachers, men and women who devoted their lives to helping our children fulfill their dreams. So our hearts are broken today for the parents and grandparents, sisters and brothers of these little children, and for the families of the adults who were lost. Our hearts are broken for the parents of the survivors as well. For as blessed as they are to have their children home tonight, they know that their children's innocence has been torn away from them too early, and there are no words that will ease their pain.